Good. It's so nice to see everyone today. Hope you're having a lovely Thursday. So far, it's early. Kind of early. So once you're down in your child's pose, let your knees wide just a bit. Let your arms come forward. You can always bend the elbows to relax the traps and shoulders. Let your forehead come to rest, whether it's on the back of the hands or the ground. And we'll take about 10 deep breaths here. And there's no need to count them. I just want you to come down into your practice to settle, to integrate. Good. Nice deep breath through your nose. Good. Really nice. A few more deep breaths here. Allowing yourself to settle in a little deeper, always making whatever movements that you need to help you feel more settled down into the ground. Good. Let's take one more deep breath here, inhaling through your nose and maybe holding it at the top for just a beat, and then letting it go. Good. So from here, we'll go ahead and we'll roll forward up into a tabletop position, and we'll keep our toes turned under here for just a moment, walking the knees back. We'll stretch out the bottoms of the feet, and then we'll create some movements from cats and cows. So as you exhale, you'll round, you'll push the ground away, try to keep your arms straight and the chin in. And then as you inhale, you'll drop the belly and you'll move your chest forward. You can always rotate the elbow creases forward too. Good. So cats and cows. Good. Try to keep your breath moving in and out from your nose if you're able to. Always good to practice that. Good. All right, so we're going to lift our right knee up off of the mat here and untuck our left toe. So I'm going to keep my right foot active here. I'm going to make some nice big circle shapes with my right knee, moving around in a nice circle. Slow it down a little bit. Try to take as much of the wiggle out of the rest of the body as you can, so you're really focusing on the mobility of your right hip. Let's do this a few more times. So remember, this is your kind of yin-yang blend practice. It's a great way to end the week, especially if you practice every day with us this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. Opposite direction now. And so some of the postures will be deep and longer hold, so you can get into joints and connective tissue. And then we'll always shake it up, sometimes in the beginning, sometimes in the mid, sometimes at the end of the practice. One more time around. Good. All right, so you're going to bring your right knee back down to the earth here for a moment and just pause. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good, then we're going to go to the opposite side. So toes turn under. Then you'll pick the left knee up, and then you'll press the top of the right foot down on the ground. Keep your left foot activated so the toes are turning under. And then we'll make some circle shapes. So I do want your hips to get a little bit, feel the feels here, right? Come into the sensations. Good. Your head could be heavy. Just look down on the floor. You can look up if you want, just whatever feels nice for your head and neck. You can move your head around in a circle shape. Relax your jaw. Keep steady now in the body. Keep the right shin pressing down into the ground. Keep the belly. Keep going. So really moving some blood into those muscles. right, of the hip joint, but also the muscles of the outer glute. Good. Now opposite direction. Pressing into your fingertips. Close your eyes if you need to. Just focus on the movement. You're doing great. Good. 2 more times around in this way. And then we'll place the left knee down onto the ground. Good. Keep your legs in towards each other. And then you're going to push your hips back towards your heels and come to sit on your heels. All right. So a lot of the practice today, or some of the practice, will have some compression in the knees. So if compression in the knees doesn't work for you, I'll offer a couple of modifications. If you have blocks, it's nice to use them underneath your feet. All right, so we're gonna bring our hands down to our tops of the thighs, and we're gonna take a deep breath and roll our shoulders up, and then exhale, pull them down. Pull your chin to your chest, move your chin side to side. If you don't feel this is compression in the knee, it's still compressive to the knee. So good work there. And whether you feel too little than too much. Then you'll roll your head around in a circle shape. Make it nice and big and try to keep the rest of the body fairly still so you're working through the mobility of your neck. Relax your shoulders. Good. One more time in this direction. Lots of circle shapes today. Opposite way now. Eyes can be opened or closed. If when you close your eyes, it makes you feel like you're kind of getting a little dizzy, then keep your eyes open and move your eyes, right? Breathe in and out. 2 more times around this direction. Good. And then we'll just gaze forward. Take a deep breath in, shoulders up. And then exhale, let them go. Good. Very nice. All right. So we're going to move into the hips here in the shoulders. So I want you to, there's different ways that you can move into this posture. It's called shoelace. One way is to take the right knee and place it behind the left leg here. So you're like this, and then sit back. Or if you've got any kind of knee or balance issue, then you come off to your seat, right? And then you'll stack your left knee in front of your right. So really, so think about shoelace. So your left leg is on top, the same position. You can come into it from hands and knees, or you can come in from in here. Good. I changed the light bulbs out in my light. It's really orange in here. Sorry about that. I look very orange. So here, props, right? If you can't get your butt on the ground, you could use a little blanket or a pillow, even off from the couch if it's low, underneath your sit bones. And we're going to take a few breaths here and sit up nice and tall. You can interlace the fingers or have the hands on the ground. You can keep the feet flexed or you can soften them. Good. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. You'll inhale through your nose. Good. You keep the breath moving in and out from your nose. You can kind of hear and feel that kind of oceanic wave of breath, which is nice. Good. All right, so we are going to let the arms come out to a T shape. Good. Take a deep breath here. And then my right palm is going to turn to face behind me, so the thumb is down, and it's going to come behind my back. And I'm going to walk it up my back as much as I can, and then my left arm is going to reach up. And then I'm going to turn my palm back, and I'm going to grab for my hand. If you don't grab your hand, it's okay. You can grab your fingertips, bind them. If you just have your hands on your back, that's plenty. Good. There are ways to use straps and washcloths and things, but that's for another day, another practice. Just be here now. Now let your shoulders settle. Feel the sit bones on the earth. Breathe in from the nose, out from the nose. Good. Just be here now. So your right elbow is facing towards the earth as best as possible. Your left elbow is facing the sky as best as possible. Relax your brow. So these are somewhat time postures. I'll take a peek at our clock every now and again just to get myself organized. Get my phone. Close your eyes and breathe here. Good. This is also known as cow face pose. You can lean your head back into your arm. Keep the belly slightly pulled in. It's an internal rotation of your hips, kind of widen through the sit bones. Good. Just be here now, just a few more breaths. So keeping the legs as they are, just letting the arms slip away, and letting them move out to a T shape again, and then rotating the length of the arms so you're feeling the connections of the shoulders. You can move your head if you're feeling tight. And then you're going to bring your fingertips down to the earth nice and wide, and we're going to lift our chest and chin. And I really want you to pull up through the neck. If your fingertips don't come to the ground, you can bring them closer. You can, pull them back behind you. Try to get your fingertips to the earth. Good, chin is up. One more breath here. And then we're going to tip forward, and you can keep your hands behind you, or you could grab the toes or feet, or you can walk the hands forward. And then you're going to tuck the chin in. So when you tuck the chin in, it might wrap around the front of your knee. It might just come into the chest. But then pull the sit bones back. So I'm pulling my hips down towards the ground. I'm kind of rounding or lengthening the low back here. Good. We have just a little bit longer here, please. Good. Staying with your practice. Front ribs are tucked under just a bit. You can feel the breath move more so in the back body. As your body begins to open to the posture a little bit more, the joints, you can allow yourself to kind of squeeze in a little deeper and then maybe settle down into it as you let go. There's about 4 more breaths here. I'll let you know. Inhale through the nose. Exhale from the nose. Nice. So walking the hands back, sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath in from the nose. Let it from the mouth. Good. And then you're going to pull the knees apart and let the feet come together. So nice and slow. Just unbind. So the feet don't have to touch. They never have to touch here, but they could. I'm going to walk mine in a little bit, and then I'm going to rock on my sit bones. Good. And then I'm going to hold on to my feet. And you could hold on to a different area of the body or the floor, but I want you to bind your hands somewhere. And then I want you to lengthen the arms as best as you can. And you would do that by really thinking about the placement of the shoulders. The length of your arms starts at the shoulders. And then I'm going to lift my chin. And breathe deep into my gut. One more. Good. And the head will come back to the center and the chin will tuck in. So stay up nice and tall, though. My arms length from the shoulders. All right, so we're going to start to spin around a little bit here, adding in those circle shapes. And you can keep your hands where they are, or if you need them for support somewhere, maybe on the outside or inside of the knees, rather, or the floor. But you're going to spin it around. Good. And you can go quickly or slow. And when you think about mobility, it is where other things can be more still. If you want to just work on the mobility or just move around the belly, you keep the sit bones planted and the knees really heavy and still. Otherwise, you can just spin it all the way around. Okay, so really try them both out, right, and see what is best for you. All right, let's go the opposite way now. And you can use your breath, of course, into the nose, out from the nose. So remember, you can be wide, you can move around it, or you can keep the movement more isolated into the gut and the ribs and shoulders. All right, so from the center, we pause and be still. Take an inhale through the nose. Sigh from the mouth. Good. All right, so you'll pull your knees into the chest here, and then as you squeeze your knees in, you'll just bow your chin to your chest. Then you'll pick the chin up and look up. And then we'll cross at the ankles and we'll make our way back into tabletop. So make your way back into table, please. I'd like for you to do a few rounds of cats and cows here. Fingers are spread wide, organize the shape. And here we go. It's about 3 cycles, maybe 4. Good, very nice. All right, so we're gonna go the opposite side now. And again, you can get to the shoelace positioning by bringing the left knee behind the right. And this is just, then you just lean back. But if this feels like, whoa, that's just not gonna work for me, then you come to your seat. Good, nice. And this time we have the right leg on top of the left. The right knee on top of the left. And if you did the opposite, it doesn't matter. Just do the opposite side. All right, settle down into the sit bones. Woo! I'm feeling Tuesday's hot to work for sure. So bring your hands somewhere along that top leg, knee, and just settle in for a moment and feel the sit bones on the earth. Good. Feel your weight, right, rooting down. Good. And then you can let your hands come to the toes or to the floor, wherever you feel kind of some support there. Good. And then your arms are going to reach out, take a breath, and wiggle your fingers. Good. And my left palm is going to turn behind me and go behind my back. My right arm is going to reach up overhead, and I'm going to pull my hand back and then reach for my left hand. Huh, I can get both this today. Unusual. All right. Settle in, shoulders drop. So there is a, the effort of a bind is always present. One of the reasons that you use binds. But it shouldn't feel like you're struggling through the whole bind. Then it becomes too distracting. Listen to the messages of the body. The left elbow is reaching towards the ground as best as it's able, and the right elbow is reaching up towards the sky as best as it's able. And we'll settle in. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Relax your jaw. You can lift your brows. Good. A little bit of energy into the navel here, and that just helps you align better, the back body. Makes you more supported and stable. Let your head kind of push against your right elbow or forearm. Breathing in from your nose. Breathing out from your nose. Being here now. About 3 more breaths. Nice. Okay, so keeping the legs as they are, but slowly letting the arms release. Bringing them out to a T shape. And then we'll rotate from the length of the arms. You can move around the wrists and the fingers. You could shake out the hands. You could make some more larger rotations. It depends on how you're feeling in the shoulders, right? And then our hands will come down and you can bring them to the floor somewhere. You'll bind them at the feet or the floor. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall, pressing down into your fingertips. Good. And then you're going to lift your chin. So I'm actively pulling my chin up. You might even pull the bottom teeth on top of the front teeth a bit. The belly pulls in, it's active. Really nice breath with the openness of the heart. Good. Feel the interlock of the legs. One more breath here. And then the chin will come down. And then you'll begin to walk the hands forward with the chin in. And then you'll just keep going. Make sure your hands are well placed. You can lock your chin over your right knee or it just into your chest. Roll the hips back just a little bit here. Nice. All right, so let's go ahead and begin to walk our hands back. And just sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in and out. And then we're going to unlatch the legs. Oh. Let the feet go wide. Nice. All right, so now we're going to stretch our legs out. So let the legs go nice and wide apart. This should feel good. Lean a little forward. So if you get some nice little pops here, that's really great. You've done some really good work, intentional work through the pocket of the hip, right through that nice big ball and socket joint. Now you're letting some air escape from there. You know you've got some space in there, some synovial fluid. Swaying around can just feel nice here. Good. Good. All right, so we'll finish with some side stretch yin that will complement those movements, and then we'll move around just a little bit, and then we'll come to shavasana. All right. All right, so legs are nice and wide, and you want to feel some stretch, but don't let it feel like a burn inside the inner knee. If that's the case, you can dig the heels in or close it off a little bit, or put some blankets or something underneath here. Moving the sit bones back, rolling the shoulders. Good. All right, so I'm going to lean over to the right. My left hand's going to come to my left hip. And then I'm going to lean back a little bit. So I'm going to kind of pull my belly in, I'm kind of rolling it in. And I'm going to try to grab my foot. So you grab the outside of the foot or the toe. If that doesn't work for you and you're up higher, then maybe you grab underneath the leg or the side of the leg. But I do want you to feel some sort of bind, some sort of connection through the shape. Good. The belly's pulling in a little bit. That's going to lengthen the low back. Okay. So you can stay right here. Feel all this nice, juicy connective tissue, the left hip, back body. Might be hamstrings for you. Or you can let the left arm reach up. And if you want, you can let the left arm come all the way forward until it binds. And it can bind around the foot or around the hand. And then you're going to keep the belly in and just kind of rotate under. Good. So you don't want to force anything here. It's not about being forceful. It's about being connected. And through that connection, you can find more space in your body. You hear that, the messaging of the body. Pull the belly in a little bit deeper. It just gives your low back, your lumbar curve, that, when I say lumbar curve, I mean the bone, the lumbar area of your spine. It gives it support and protection it needs to let loose, to let go. Good. Relax your neck as best as you're able. Breathe in deep through your nose. Hold it for the beat. Let it go. Good. All right, so wherever your left hand is, I want you to bring it down to the floor, kind of in the space between your legs. And then we're going to lift up. So our right hand slides back. I always like to take this really slow because of the rotation of the pelvis. My right hand's going to go on the outside of my right leg. So now I'm turning to face my right leg. Your left toes could be up or just turning in. Lift your chest, lift your chin. If your left sit bone's kind of floating a little bit, that's okay, as long as you're very connected in the legs. Keep the legs glued into the ground. And then we're going to lean over and fold. And you're just going to take it as deep as feels right to you. Okay, wiggle the toes because you want things to, you're alive here. You're not trying to get things to numb out. Your hands can be the expression that you want of the pose, right? Spreading out wide or staying close into the body. We're just passing through here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale from the nose. Good. Slowly begin to slide yourself back up. So come sit up nice and tall, still facing the right leg. You're going to take a gentle twist to the right, just a passing through to the right. And then we'll come back around to the center and pass through a twist on the left. Good. Breathe in. Good. All right, so from the center, wiggle your toes, shake your legs out if you need to, roll the ankles, get wider if you can, right? Listen to the messaging. Find the sit bones. All right, so as you go to the left side, our left arm is going to come down and our right hand is going to come to the hip. We're going to pull the belly in. We're setting it up very similarly. Sometimes you have to do it a little bit different because it's different sides. You might try other things. Good. Belly pulls in. It's important. And then you can choose to bind in some way, or maybe it's just a lengthening of the arm. This side might want something a little different. So, always the reminder that as people, as humans, as individuals, we are not cookie cutters. Thank God, right? And our yoga poses are not cookie cutters. You know, as the variances from body to body, but also from within the body, from left to right side. Keep the belly pulling in, keep the legs firming to the earth. That's important. Otherwise, what's happening is you're moving into these larger postures, just sitting on your spine, right? Not using your legs. Now use your breath. Enjoy any adjustments that you get in the spine, low back. Never be afraid of those pops and movements. It means mobility. It's when we get stuck is when we start to have problems. Gaze can be down, forward, or up. Pull the belly in. Good. A little bit longer here. Engage your right quad if you're not sure how to keep that leg stuck to the floor. And breathe in through your nose, hold it for a beat. Let it go from the nose. All right, let your right hand slip away. Let it come down to the center of the space between your legs. Pull the belly in, come up. The left hand comes to support you on the outside of the left leg. Good. Turn your torso to face the left leg as much as you can. Right toes can turn in if they need. Take a breath and then fold down. Good. So you're using the right leg too to keep you opening up this right long side here. It's not just about the left hamstring. Keep the low belly pulling in. Good. You're doing great. Drop down a little deeper. Take an inhale through your nose and hold it for the beat or two. Breathe out from your nose fully. And then you can begin to walk it up and let your chin lift as you walk it up. Take a deep breath. Open up your throat. Good. And then we'll let our chin come parallel to the earth, and we'll just take a gentle twist to the left. Just pass through. It helps reorganize the spine. From the center, slide around, take a twist to the right, very gentle. And then back from the center. Good. All right, so from the center, inhale, look up. Point your toes. I'm pointing my toes and kind of engaging my calves. Really like stuck to the ground here. Belly is in, lift the chin. Notice when you lift your chin, this is in every posture, every structure, whatever you're doing, running, walking, yoga, lifting weights, whatever. Chin is up, more lumbar curve. Be mindful of that. Now chin rolls in, less lumbar curve. Take a breath. Nice. All right, so we're going to grab the backs of our knees and then pull them in. Pull them in nice and tight. You don't have to, you could be wide here if this feels nice and tight for you. But whatever makes you feel nice and tight. And then you can interlace the fingers or just grab onto the shins or feet or knees. Pull the chin into the chest. Take one big breath here in the back body. And then lift your chin and pull the shoulders down the back. Good. Gaze comes forward, cross at the ankles, come into tabletop. So as this will be short, but we'll flow just for a moment to move all that space around. Good, big breath in and out. Downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, move about in it, move around in it, whatever feels good to you. Don't feel stuck or constrained by my offerings, whatever feels good to you or what I'm doing. Let all the parts that you've moved, not just from the relationship of muscle and bone and all the connective tissue, but also energetically. Does something need to be stamped out or shaken out or moved about? Good. Walk your hands back to your feet. From the back of the mat, inhale, halfway lift, belly in. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, come up to stand, reach up, big breath, look up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, come up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Again, last time here. Inhale, reach up. Squeeze your butt. Exhale, swan dive down, belly in. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, hands come down, walk forward to plank. Good. Move around in plank here, forward and back a little bit. Good. Slowly come all the way down to the belly. Point the toes. Inhale, locust. So my arms are going to come behind my back, and you can interlace the fingers or just let them be free. But my legs are lifting, my arms are lifting, my pubic bone's down. Find your breath. If you want to look up, you can, or you can have the gaze towards the floor. One more breath. Squeeze the back body. Exhale down. Good. Take a breath here. Good. Inhale back to locust. And again, you could change it up. You keep the hands on the ground if you want and keep the feet on the ground, but I want you to engage the length of the back body. The chin could be way up or down. Breathing in and out from the nose. One more. And exhale down. Good. Take a breath, whole body. Nice. Hands go under shoulders, hips to heels for child. Push it back. Good. All right, so I want you to come up onto your shins, the last little bit before we're on our back. Come up to your shins. We're going to pass through a camel. It doesn't have to be very big, but we're going to move up into the heart a little bit more, opening the chin as well. All right, left arm is going to make 2 rotations, reminding the shoulder that we need it. And then it's going to come down by the side. Right arm is going to make 2 rotations, maybe 3. I think I went 3 last time. And then both arms are going to reach up overhead. Take a breath. All right, so I'm going to put my hands behind my back, and I'm going to bring them to my low back with the elbows facing out. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Your hands can go out to the side. That helps you squeeze the elbows in more. Now lift the belly. So really just, whoa, pull it in. And then push the hips forward. Good. Push the hips forward. And then you can lift the chin. Breathe through your nose. One more. Good. Pull the belly in, come to stand back up nice and tall. Use your hands on your hips to push down. Push down so the frontal hip comes in. This frontal hip comes in towards the ribs. Push. Then sit back down on your shins. Good. And then we'll slide our legs out in front of us. And then you're going to roll down to your back. Stir the knees around in a circle shape. Circles. You can have your hands on your legs or not. And then opposite direction, please. Circles. And then legs reach up, feet reach up, legs are straight or straightish, point and flex the feet. Good, circles. And you can use your hands for support, wherever that means for you, on the body or on the floor or under the body. Opposite way. Keep going. And then steady in the middle. Take a breath in. Good. Let the heels come back down in. We'll finish with a passing through of a twist, just like before from seated. Let the arms go wide, knees drop to the right. Take a breath. Back to the center. Knees drop to the left. Take a breath. Back to the center. Pull the knees into the chest. Pull your nose towards your knees. Tuck your chin. And lay back down. Lift your chin slightly. Let your legs come down to the ground. You can take them nice and wide and move around a little bit in the shape. Good. So move your head side to side. Let yourself come down into the shape of Shavasana. I do want you to come into a rest shape. Good. So it's 4 minutes before the 45-minute hour. So take at least a minute, if not the full 4 or longer. Let yourself be fully present to here. To relax your jaw, you can swallow to relax the muscles of your throat if you need to. Finding your breath. When you affirm big, believe big, and pray big, big things happen. We're not practicing to take the edge off. The asana are not an ancient and time-tested alternative to Valium. We are practicing asana to realize our divinity and to enact it in this lifetime and share it with all beings. By dedicating our practice to this end, we are affirming big, believing big, praying big, and allowing big things to happen. It's a reminder that we are greater than we feel most of the time, that we are more powerful than we know. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.